Majority Leader for Kenya Kwanza.
Correct.
Proceed.
Honorable Chair, thank you for that protection. We as the Transport Committee wanted to know what the government, the Kenya Kwanza government position is on road tolling. Because, Mr. Speaker, we wake up one day and we hear that here in Nairobi they are going to start tolling Thika Road, for instance, a road that was built using taxpayer money. And Kenyans have been using these roads all this time. You cannot just wake up one day and start tolling Thika Road or even the Southern Bypass. Honorable Speaker, we had proposed to summon the ministry so that they come and tell us what the policy position is. But I was very happy reading the papers this week that out of that outcry, the public outcry, they have abandoned that path and that they would come up with a new tolling policy for the roads that have been constructed, especially the ones recently, including the Dongo Kundu bypass. Honorable Chair, we still continue to see, you know, in the calculation of the prices of fuel, even this month, the Kenya Kwanza government, Honorable Speaker, is insisting on rates that have been even declared unconstitutional and unleviable by the courts, Honorable Speaker. So we want to know what the policy is, and the people of Dongo Kundu might not be as lucky as the people of Thika Road and the Southern Bypass, Honorable Speaker, because that is a fairly new road. And if they start off by tolling it, maybe it would be different from the policy whereby you allow people to use roads and then out of the blue, you decide that you're going to toll those roads. So, Honorable Speaker, I want in the response, the committee must insist that one of the problems we have is there is no clarity of government policy. It is not fair for people to be ambushed every day by changes of policy. Even, I wish the chair of Transport Committee was here. Even on this question of concessions to the airport, Honorable Speaker, the problem is that, one of the problems is that this government does not know how to communicate its policy. We were here with you, Honorable Speaker, in November of last year, when the then CS, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, told us that they were going to put out an international tender to invite expressions of interest to upgrade JKIA, only for us to be told now, months later, in fact, he had told us that the international tender would go out in January of this year. And then you hear again that there is a different process that is going on under the PPP Act. That confusion and lack of miscommunication on when policy changes and the lack of involvement of the public in policy decisions is what is bringing this problem. So I'm hoping, Mr. Speaker, that when the committee deals with this issue, there can be some formal clarification of what the government policy is on tolling. This tolling, Speaker, we had abandoned it because we introduced RMLF. That instead of charging tolls on the road, let us put it as part of the cost of fuel, and then we use it to maintain our roads. If there has been a policy shift, I think it is incumbent upon the government to say, this is now the new policy. We have abandoned RMLF, we are going back to tolling. It will begin on such a day on all the roads of Kenya or certain particular roads. But for things to be happening like this, Honorable Speaker, shrouded in secrecy and lack of clarity of policy is what is bringing problems for the Kenya Kwanza government. So I can advise you from outside, Honorable Majority Leader, Honorable Speaker, from outside, those of us who are outside government, what we are saying, those of us who are outside government, Honorable Speaker, I want to advise this government that communication is key and clarity in policy is important if you're going to win the support of the people. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Oroba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to add my voice on two statements. First, on one statement,